Independent member for Clark.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Education. Minister, recently in budget estimates, it's reported that there are over 80 teaching vacancies in Tasmanian schools and colleges and a 35% increase in teacher resignations to March this year. For a school in my electorate, such as Montrose Bay High, which is between 5 and 6 teachers short, this means that around a third of those students do not have a fully staffed program, and teachers who are already overworked are left to plug holes, cover classes and facilitate programs the best they can. This has created a cycle where existing educators are either burning out or walking away, and it's our children who are missing out on the quality education they deserve. Tasmania already has the worst literacy rates in the country, and we are at real risk of falling further behind and failing our children again and again. Our teachers are an amazing group of dedicated, caring, committed professionals who deserve to be supported, heard and appreciated. We simply can't afford to lose any more. Minister, what will you do to urgently address this crisis, and what plans do you have for retaining and recruiting the teachers our children most desperately need?
Honourable Minister for Education.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker, and I thank the honourable member for her question, her interest in this very important matter. We know that after parents and carers, our teachers have the greatest impacts on the learning outcomes for Tasmanian students, and our government has and will continue to listen closely to our workforce, our educators and those who manage their workplaces regarding how we attract and retain and also make the best use of the teachers that we already have and wish to keep in our system. We value our educators, and while the negotiation of the 2023 teacher wage agreement was challenging, I'm very grateful to all those who participated in that, because that's been a critical part, and a large focus of those discussions was on these areas of workforce shortage, attraction and retention. That's why we've now been able to deliver a 9.5% pay increase over 3 years, one-off low-income payment of $1,000 for hard-working staff right across the state. I'm happy to confirm that our government will also invest $79 million through the 2023-24 state budget in our education workforce to implement the wage agreement, including improved support for early career teachers, continuing to build on the education support specialist career pathway for teacher assistants, building on existing incentives for teachers in isolated schools, increasing senior leadership in targeted areas of need, and maximising the time to teach, positively impacting teacher workload. So across the budget and forward estimates, there's $36.6 million for increased in-class support for our teachers, with 66 extra in-class support positions in 2023, increasing to 100 positions in 2025. A further 25 education support specialist positions will also be introduced in 2023 to support our teachers and give our TAs more opportunities for career progression. So this was a very considered approach. We know that nationally there is a shortage of teachers. Every state, every school is competing for teachers, and there aren't enough to go around.
That's right.
One of the things that we can do is have more success in recruiting more generalist staff into teacher assistant and education support specialist roles. We're more able to get them, and where we can get them and they can share some of the non-teaching load in the classrooms and support for students as well, then we have effectively in our schools within our existing teacher workforce more resource to go around. Now, as we discussed in estimates, there is a vacancy rate in our teacher workforce at the moment, but there is a vacancy rate in most workforces at the moment, and the education workforce is not unique, and it's not we're not alone, and we're competing for the same people as every other sector in our economy right now. So we have to make it an attractive, career choice. We're working on this at national level as well with the education workforce development plans. We'll be implementing that in Tasmania as well. We've been talking with the university about changes to initial teacher education that might be possible. We've been talking in our education workforce development roundtable at state level with unions, with all of the education sectors, with the university as well, on paths that we can take here, and we'll continue to invest in growing our teacher workforce. Thank you for the question.
Honourable